Hey, good afternoon. It's raining bullets outside right now, so I didn't go outside, and I'm still feeling kind of under the weather, right? But I still wanted to post something. I gave myself a challenge to post something every day, so just sticking true to that because I'm the only one that can really show up for myself. So so yeah, I'm just sitting in my car right now. I went out and I'm like I said, still a little nasally. I'm like 95%. I woke up this morning and I just went on a cleansing spree, cleansing frenzy. Just disinfecting my room, washing my sheets, washing my pillow sheets, washing my clothes, cause man, I was dying. I still am dying, kinda. Not really. I'm not actually dying, cause I don't die. But I want to talk about something. Oh my god, I cannot hear right now. Holy. Um, I just got back from therapy. Alright, this is my second to last session of therapy before I move. Right, so it's kind of sad. You know, my therapist that I had, I love her. Right, she's been really helpful. She's done a lot for me, but I won't be seeing her, at least not anytime soon. Right, if I'm ever back in the city and I need some help, I'll go hit her up. But as far as I'm concerned, probably not. So now that brings the question, why did I bring that up, right? I wanted to talk about just help in general, right? Me personally, I can only speak for myself, right? But I've never really been one that likes to get help. I've been very much you know, ingrained that, I have to do this right myself. Right? Ever since I was in school, right, since a kid, right? Do the assignments yourself, figure it out, right? Figure it out. That's something that my parents used to say to me all the time. Figure it out, figure it out, figure it out. Right? And so that's kind of the mindset that I developed, right? I've never really been fond of, asking questions, right? Seeking outside help because I don't know, I guess I just didn't really see the need for it. But, now that I've been in therapy for 6 months, yeah, that sounds right. I think it's 6 months. Since I've been in therapy for 6 months, I just want to talk about, my experience, talk about what I've learned and kind of, just show anyone who's listening that, if you're considering it, maybe try it out, right? Because I know therapy is not for everyone, right? I know there's different core things that you can change yourself, right, to just make you feel better, right? Like for me, for example, I wasn't working out, I wasn't really going outside, and I didn't really interact with many people, and so all those things, right, just combined into me just being kind of like just stuck in these little mental um traps. Excuse me. But yeah, I want to talk about my experience. So with therapy, right? With me personally, I'm a very what's the word? Hyper analytical. Like I'm very like self-aware of like how I feel and how and then I have my perception of how others feel about me. Like I don't know if this is like a neural like divergent thing, right? Which, by the way, I say that, right? I'm not actually diagnosed. I just self-diagnosed myself. So you could take that with a grain of salt, right? You can just disregard that, right? But my experience, right, is that, you know, I'm very like aware of just how I feel. Like I'll be like, oh man, I failed this test. Okay, and then I'll like cry or something. I'm like, why am I crying? And I'll just be like, oh well, you know, you're crying because you think that, you know, or that you've been ingrained in you that, you know, you need to succeed in everything you do, otherwise you're a failure, right? And, you know, I also noticed that with, you know, my relationship with my other people in my life, specifically my parents, my partner, and my friends, right? It's kind of embarrassing, right? But my parents, they definitely done, first of all, let's start with the good things, right? They've done a lot for me, right? They've given me a lot, and I'm forever eternally grateful for them. But at the same time, you know, that could be just like a Libra thing, right? Oh my goodness. But at the same time, you know, they've done like so much stuff to me, right? Whether it be directly or indirectly. And so I try to look at the best of, like, I try to look at everything and be like, okay, well, I feel this way that they did this, but why is it that they're acting this way? Oh, well, it's because of this, and this that happened. Oh, and then, okay, well, why are they still, you know, acting this way? Oh, well, it's because, you know, my parents, you know, they have these, like, cycles inside of them that they, you know, they can't seem to escape. Very over analytical, right? Why do I bring this up? I go to therapy, right? And I'm basically just, I'm telling her everything. And, you know, she just like agrees with me, right? Because, you know, like, I already know what's going on, right? But then, you know, she just tells me the same thing that I'm already thinking. I'm like, okay, so why am I even here? That's what I thought for a while, you know, why am I even doing this? And I realized, right, keeping all of these negative emotions inside of me doesn't benefit me, right? And so even if it's just for, you know, 30 minutes or an hour, you know, talking with someone, right? Someone who is, first of all, trained to handle these kinds of emotions, right? Because I used to, I had a couple friends, I used to like trauma dump to them. It's not a good thing, right? But, you know, you know, I'm trying to be as objective as possible. You know, I did that, right? I acknowledge I did that, and, you know, I would never have done that had I known the effects of, you know, trauma dumping on someone, but I did. And so, first of all, talking to someone who is equipped to deal with those kinds of emotions, right, is significantly better than, you know, your friend. Also, it got me out the house. It got me out the house. Now, my house, a lot of bad stuff has happened, right? And I know my siblings feel this way too, but it's like that energy like collected inside that house, and like it like affected the people inside of it, right? Which led to more negativity, right? So getting out the house, you know, it allowed me to just be able to talk without, you know, any like, without, you know, holding any negative energy, right? And so another thing with therapy, and why I'm personally glad I did it, is that it gave me a lot of food for thought as to how to best handle my emotions. Because before, right, I was not good at expressing my emotions. I would like bottle them up, and then they would explode. That's not good. But therapy gave me some tools as to best handle how to actually you know, deal with your emotions, right? You know, if I'm feeling so extreme one day, I could like do some breathing techniques, ground myself, and also journal, right? Another thing that she told me is to focus on the things that, you know, bring me satisfaction, right? And so at the time, you know, I was making like little videos, right? Not like these, just like little edits of like the games I would play. And, you know, it was something that I like doing, right? Focusing on that, as well as climbing, as well. I love climbing. It's a hobby that I picked up September of 24, and it's something that I see myself doing long term. So, you know, just focusing on these things that give me fulfillment, right? And then now I'm talking, you know, to, you know, this camera. This is something that, you know, I'm not really like accustomed to doing. This is something that, you know, has taken a lot of courage from me, because I don't like necessarily putting myself out there, right? But when making this channel, right, this quote that comes up a lot when it comes to like starting something, or, you know, doing like whether it's like a business, a project, you know, like you're doing something hard, like academically hard or physically hard, you know, one thing that pops up for me a lot that I hear is you need to know your why. You need to know your why, as to like why you are doing the thing that you do, because if you do not know why it is that you are doing the thing that you're doing, the stuff that you're doing, then you are less likely to continue doing that thing. I know this to be true with myself. You know, I always would say, you know, like, oh, you know, I want to work out. Why? Oh, well, you know, I just want to look like this. What does that mean? It's like that wasn't a good why, and that's why I would like stop, you know, working out after a couple of weeks. Now, you know, I've been working out consistently, right? And this is just one example, by the way. I want to make that clear, right? I've been working out for, you know, the past couple of months, right, consistently. And, you know, I ask myself why. Because I want to achieve the best version of myself, right? And so now I want to bring it back to this channel, right? You know, while I'm talking on this camera, right? While I'm sitting in the car, you know, listening to the rain, which, by the way, I love the rain. The rain is so beautiful, right? Something so beautiful, and just the water purifying the earth, right? Sidetrack, sorry. Why it is I'm doing this channel, right? And I asked myself, what's my why? And I came up with, you know, I want to be that person that younger me wish they had to talk to, you know, when they were going through, you know, when they were going through all that stuff, right? I want to be that person that, you know, younger me wish they had, right? This is also, you know, another way just for me to document my journey, right? And, you know, like, I'm doing this, like, you know, mostly for me, right? But I also know that with how the world is right now, there's a lot of negative things happening, just constantly, headline after headline after headline after headline, right? It's very easy to get caught in these negative cycles, right? And so I'm gonna be someone that's like, you know, if anyone, you know, listens to what I have to say, you know, they know that everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. And so now I'm gonna bring this all back to therapy. What did I gain from therapy? I gained tools that I can use to better handle my emotions, right? It got me out the house, so I was not stuck in this negative place with, you know, these negative emotions. running rampant in my mind, right? And, you know, allow me to get things off my chest. Allow me to get things off my chest, right? So, yeah. 6 months of therapy. I think it was worth it. I think I gained a lot more than I could have ever imagined, right? I have a lot more perspective as to how my life can actually be, you know, and it's not like a direct correlation to therapy, because, you know, I've been doing a bunch of other stuff, right? Like, you know, in terms of like helping myself and achieving my best version of myself, right? But therapy definitely helps. So yeah, I just wanna talk about that, kind of get it on record. You know, I'm just sitting here in the car, right? Listening to the rain, right? You know, just little rain ASMR. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm assuming you can, but my hearing is kind of bad. No, I have hearing aids, so it's on top of me being sick, it's like I can't hear it. I can't hear nothing right now, barely. All I hear is my nasally voice and just rain ASMR. So, but like I said, you know, this is just gonna be unedited, raw, just me talking to a camera, right? I don't want to do no fancy editing. I just want this to capture me, right? Me in real time. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up though. You know, if you're listening to this, you know, I hope that what I had to say maybe gives you a different perspective, right? Because I know one thing for sure is that therapy definitely helped me. So, yeah, that's it for me. You know, if you're watching this, I love you. I hope everything's going all right with you. You know, make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself and the people around you. Make sure that, you know, you don't get caught up in these negative energies too much, right? So, yeah. Focus on what makes you happy, right? And everything will work out in the end. Well, that's it for me. Have a good one.